Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Al Munir High School e-learning system. Class 10. This is your physics lecture. Unit number is 12. This is your physics book title for class 10. Today we are going to start our unit number 12. Unit number 12 is about geometrical optics. In this unit, first of all, we will look at the laws of reflection. So our first topic of unit number 12 is about the light. We know about the light. Light is the main focus of this unit. We shall describe different phenomena of light such as reflection, refraction and total internal reflection. First of all, students, look at the reflection of light. What is reflection of light? With the help of figure 12.1, I am going to explain the reflection of light. Reflection of light is illustrated in figure 12.1. When a ray of light from air along the path O and A falls on a plane mirror. So students, here we have a plane mirror M. It is denoted by M. Here we have the incident ray, the air which comes from air along the path O and A. So we indicate the incident ray from the path O and A. It is reflected along the path O and B. So it will reflect from O to B. It comes from O to A. And after touching the mirror, after reflecting from the mirror, it will go towards the reflected ray. So here we have the reflected ray O and B. The ray OA is called the incident ray, while the OB is called the reflected ray. The angle between the incident ray OA is and normal N. Here in the middle we have this point. This is the normal point. So this line is showing the normal N. Now the angles AON is called the angle of incidence and it is represented by I. So here we have the angle of incidence and it is called the angle of incidence and it is represented by the I. Next, after touching the normal line N, the next angle between the normal and the reflected ray O and B. Here we have another angle. This is called the angle of reflection and we will represent it by R. Now we can define the phenomena of reflection of light. When light traveling in a certain medium falls on the surface of an other medium, a part of it turns back in the same medium. जब भी कोई लाइट ट्रैवल करते हुए एक खास मीडियम से गिरती है दूसरे मीडियम पे की सरफेस पे, ए पार्ट ऑफ इट टर्न्स बैक, उसका कुछ हिस्सा वापस उसके सेम मीडियम में चला जाता है. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट, phenomenon of reflection of light, and it depends on two laws. Number one, the incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. एक ही सरफेस एक ही प्लेन पे लाई करते हैं. इंसिडेंट रे भी, नॉर्मल भी, रिफ्लेक्टेड रे भी. जो हमारे पास मिरर था M था. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज द एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस इज इक्वल टू द एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन, I is equal to R. So in reflection of light we have the two angles, angle of incidence and angle of reflection, and both are equal to each other. Here we have the types of reflection. Yes, we have two types of reflection. Figure 12.2 and 12.3 are showing the types of reflection. Figure 12.2 is showing the regular reflection. That figure 12.3 is showing the irregular reflection. It is on the smooth surface and it is on the rough surface. Nature of reflection depends on the smoothness of the surface. जो रिफ्लेक्शन की नेचर है वो किस पे डिपेंड करती है? स्मूथनेस ऑफ द सरफेस पे, कि सरफेस कितनी स्मूथ है. फॉर एग्जांपल, ए स्मूथ सरफेस ऑफ सिल्वर. हियर वी हैव ए स्मूथ सरफेस ऑफ ए सिल्वर reflects ray of light in one direction. The reflection by these smooth surface is called the regular reflection. So it will reflect in a some regular sequence in one direction. So it is called the regular reflection. Most of the objects in the everyday world are not smooth on the microscopic level. The rough surfaces of these objects reflect the rays of light in many directions. So on rough surface, the reflection is in many directions. Such reflection is called the irregular reflection. Next we have the spherical mirrors. A mirror whose polished reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere of glass or plastic is called a spherical mirror. So it is the definition of spherical mirror. In a spherical mirror, one of the two curved surfaces. Look at this picture. This is the types of spherical mirrors. Here we have the two curved surfaces is coated with a thin layer of silver followed by a coating of red lead oxide paint. Thus one side of the spherical mirror is opaque. Look at this one side, this is opaque, and other side is highly polished reflecting surface through which the reflection can happen. Depending upon the nature of reflecting surface, there are two types of spherical mirrors. So here we have the two types of spherical mirrors, concave mirror and convex mirror. These two types are very important. Look at all these parts of spherical mirrors. In the middle we have center of curvature. This middle line is called the principal axis. Here we have the poles. So this is the picture of concave mirror and this is the picture of convex mirror, and here we have the radius of curvature. So concave mirror is spherical mirror whose inner curved surface is reflecting. concave मिरर ऐसा मिरर होता है जिसका इनर कर्व सरफेस जो होता है वो रिफ्लेक्टिंग होता है, उसको हम concave mirror कहते हैं. In concave mirror, the size of the image depends on the position of the object. Both virtual and real images can be formed. वर्चुअल भी और रियल दोनों तरह की इमेजेस concave mirror से फॉर्म होते हैं. Next we have convex mirror. Above we have the figure of convex mirror, a spherical mirror whose outer surface is reflecting. Opposite to concave mirror, convex mirror की outer surface जो होती है, curved surface जो होती है वो reflecting होती है. In convex mirror, the size of the image is always smaller than the object. इसमें जो image का size होता है हमेशा छोटा होता है object से. Only virtual erect image is formed by convex mirror. और convex mirror से हम सिर्फ virtual image, erect image को ही form कर सकते हैं. Now what are the poles? Pole is the midpoint of the curved surface of spherical mirror. Spherical mirrors का midpoint जो होता है वो pole कराता है. It is also called vertex. इसको हम vertex भी कहते हैं. Center of curvature in mirror, a spherical mirror is a part of sphere. एक sphere का हिस्सा है. The center of this sphere is called the center of curvature. उसके बिल्कुल दरमियान वाले हिस्से को center को हम center of curvature कहते हैं. Radius of curvature, it is the radius of the sphere of which spherical mirror is a part. So it is the radius of the sphere, center radius of curvature. Principal axis is the line joining center of curvature and pole of the spherical mirror. Principal axis basically अगर हम फिगर पे देखें अपने तो एक लाइन है जो ज्वाइन कर रही है सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर को और पोल को स्फेरिकल मिरर के. एंड इन द लास्ट वी हैव द प्रिंसिपल फोकस एफ. आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद फ्रॉम ए कंकेव मिरर से रेज ऑफ लाइट पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस कन्वर्ज टू द पॉइंट एफ. दिस पॉइंट इज कॉल्ड द प्रिंसिपल फोकस ऑफ द मिरर. Again, after reflection from the concave mirror, rays of light parallel होती हैं किसके? Principal axis के, converge to the point F. This point F is called the principal focus of the mirror. Hence, concave mirrors are also called the converging mirrors. इसीलिए concave mirrors को जो converge करती है point F के ऊपर, उनको converging mirrors कहा जाता है. Since rays actually pass through this point, through it is called the real focus. और एक्चुअली रेज इस पॉइंट से पास होती हैं इसलिए इसको रियल फोकस भी कहा जाता है. बट इन केस ऑफ कन्वेक्स मिरर्स, रेज पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन अपीयर टू कम फ्रॉम द पॉइंट एफ. लेकिन कन्वेक्स मिरर में इसके ऑपोजिट कनकेव मिरर के पॉइंट एफ से अपीयर होती हैं जो लाइट रेज हैं आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन. situated behind the mirror, जो आपके मिरर के बैक साइड पे है कन्वेक्स मिरर के. In other words, rays of light appear to diverge from F. In case of convex mirrors, जो light rays हैं उसमें F point से diverge होती हैं. So this point is called the principal focus of the convex mirror. Convex mirrors are also called diverging mirrors. इनको इसलिए diverging mirrors कहा जाता है. Concave mirrors को converging mirrors कहा जाता है and convex mirrors are called the diverging mirrors. The principal focus of a convex mirror is virtual focus because the reflected rays do not actually pass through it. इसमें से actually rays pass नहीं हो रही होती, इसलिए हम इसको virtual focus भी कहते हैं. Next we have the focal length f. It is the distance from the pole to the principal focus. Pole से लेकर principal focus तक जितना भी distance है उसको measure करते हैं along the principal axis. The focal length is the related to the radius of the curvature by f is equal to r over 2. This means that as the radius of curvature is reduced, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जैसे जैसे radius of curvature reduce होगा, कम होगा, so too is the focal length of the reflecting surface. तो reflecting surface का focal length भी reduce होगा उसके साथ साथ. Here we have the focal length, characteristics of a focus of a concave and convex mirror. Here in the middle we have the principal focus. Look at this diagram. These both figures are showing concave mirror and convex mirror. Here we have the concave mirror. It is the point F where the actual light rays after reflection is passing through. And here we have the convex mirror. It is on the back side of the mirror. This F point, it is the virtual. So from here the not actual rays are passing through from this point. So it is the main difference. So that's why it is called the converging and it is called the diverging. Next characteristics, the focus in convex mirror, the focus lies behind the mirror. In concave the focus in front of the mirror. Concave में focus उसका front पे होता है mirror से, इसके mirror की back side पे होता है, behind the mirror होता है. The focus is virtual as the rays of the light after the reflection appear to come from the focus. And in case of concave mirror, the focus is real as the rays of the light after reflection converge at the focus. Reflection of light by spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors से reflection of light कैसे होती है? Like plane mirrors, spherical surfaces also reflect light. Following the two laws of reflection. दो लॉज ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन पे अमल करके फॉलो करके उनको प्लेन सरफेसेस से स्फेरिकल सरफेसेस भी लाइट को रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं. फिगर 12.6 शो दैट हाउ लाइट इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बाय स्फेरिकल सरफेसेस of concave and convex mirrors according to the two laws of reflection. We already know about the two laws of reflection, that both angles are equal to each other. Angle of reflection and angle of incidence, both angles are reflected are equal to each other, and all these things, normal, refracted angle, reflected ray, incident ray, all lies on the same surface. So here we have the same plane where all the reflected ray, incident ray, normal is present on the same plane, and both angles, angle of incident and angle of reflection are equal to each other. Next we have some activity. Take a convex mirror or a well polished spoon, using the outside of the spoon with the convex surface lugging outside, and hold it in one hand. Hold a pencil with its tip in the upright position in the other hand. Try to look at its image on the mirror. Is the image erect or inverted? Is the image smaller or larger in size? Move the pencil away from the mirror. Does the image become smaller or larger? So you can easily do this experiment in front of your home mirror, and by observing all this you will observe all these things. Image location by spherical mirrors. Formula. How can we tell about the nature of the image? Whether image is real or imaginary, inverted or erect, formed in a mirror. कोई भी इमेज जो मिरर पे बन रहा है, आप उसकी नेचर के बारे में कैसे बता सकते हैं? How can we tell about the size of the mirror image? compared with the size of the object. To answer all these questions, one method is graphical or array diagram. But we can also answer these questions by mathematical formula called the mirror formula. So by using this formula, we can answer all these questions about the nature of the image. Mirror formula is the relationship between object, distance p, image distance q from the mirror and focal length f. So here f is the focal length, p is the distance and q is the image distance. You must remember all these things, that p is the object distance, p is the distance of the object, f is equal to or we can call it focal length of the mirror, and q is the image distance. So equation 12.1 is true for both concave and convex mirrors. However, following sign conventions should be followed to apply this equation for solving problems related to mirrors. So whenever we want to find the distance of the object, distance of the image and the focal length, we can use these formulas. Sign conventions: quality object distance p, if in case of real object it is positive, virtual object when it is negative it means it is virtual object. Image distance from q, when it is positive it means it has real image, when it is negative it means it has virtual image. When focal length is positive it means it has concave mirror, when it is negative it means it has convex mirror. Now again we have some activity. Take a concave mirror or a well polished spoon, using inside the side of the spoon with concave surface, plugging inward, hold it in hand towards a distant object such as the sun, a building or tree or a pole. Try to get a sharp, well focused image of the distant object on the wall or a screen. Measure the distance of the screen from the mirror using a meter scale. Can you find out the rough focal length of the concave mirror? Draw the ray diagram to show the image. So here also we have the ray diagram. Here we have the ray diagram. We have the mirror. Here we have the object. Here the image is formed. Now we have the example 12.1. A convex mirror is used to reflect light. A convex mirror को उसने यूज किया रिफ्लेक्ट करने के लिए लाइट को फ्रॉम ऑब्जेक्ट प्लेस्ड. ऑब्जेक्ट का डिस्टेंस कितना है? 66 सेंटीमीटर्स है. सो द वैल्यू ऑफ p इज 66 सेंटीमीटर. फोकल लेंथ मिरर का कितना है? 46 सेंटीमीटर. सो f इज इक्वल टू 46 सेंटीमीटर्स. वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द लोकेशन. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट 1 over q. So given data is this. So here we have the value is minus 46. The negative sign shows, you can observe it from the above table. So by putting the values we will get the value of q. The negative sign indicate the image is behind the mirror. Negative sign क्या show कर रहा है कि image कहाँ form हुआ है? Behind the mirror, and it is a virtual image. Next we also have an example. Here the data is also given. The value of f is 10 centimeter and value of p is 6 centimeter. By putting the values we get the value of q. The negative sign minus 15 centimeter, negative sign indicates that image is virtual and behind the mirror. Next we have the refraction of light. Refraction of light is somewhat different from the reflection of light. Look at this example. This example is showing, figure 12.7 is showing the refraction of light. So look here, half pencil is in water and half pencil is in air. So this bending of pencil in water due to refraction is due to refraction. If we dip one end of the pencil or some other object into water at an angle of to the surface, the submerged part looks bent as shown in figure 12.7. So this is submerged part. That object in one medium air and another medium water, here it is submerged, looks bent. Here we can look can easily observe the bending of the pencil. Its image is displaced because the light coming from the underwater portion of the object change direction as it leaves the water. So what is the reason behind it? Why its image is displaced? Because the light coming from the underwater, कि पानी जो लाइट आ रही है पानी के अंदर से, पोर्शन ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट चेंज डायरेक्शन, जैसे ही पानी से बाहर आएगी वो अपनी डायरेक्शन को चेंज कर लेगी एज इट लीव्स द वाटर. सो दिस बेंडिंग ऑफ लाइट एज इट पासेस फ्रॉम वन ट्रांसपेरेंट medium into another is called the refraction. Refraction of light can be explained with the help of figure 12.8. Here we have the figure 12.8. A ray of light I and O traveling from air falls on the surface of glass block. So here in the middle we have the normal line. This is the incident ray. Here it is making the angle of incidence when it enters into another medium. In outside we have the air, next we have the medium glass. So here it will refract, it will show the bending. So here we have the angle of refraction. This is the 0 point. This is the incident ray. When it touches, it enters into another medium, it will start bending. So at the air glass interfere the ray of light IO change direction and bends towards the normal. और ये किस तरफ बेंड हो जाएगी? नॉर्मल की तरफ बेंड हो जाएगी. And travels along the path OR inside the glass block. The rays IO and IOR are called the incident ray. IO or along the path OR we call it the incident ray, and the reflected ray respectively. The angle I made by the incident ray with the normal is called the angle of incidence. The angle R made by the reflected ray with the normal is called the angle of refraction. When refracted ray leaves the glass, it bends away from the normal and travels along a path ME. So this figure shows the refraction of light from one medium to another medium, and it shows the bending position from normal and travels along a path ME. So we can say that the process of bending of light as it passes from air into glass and vice versa is called the refraction of light. Next we have two laws of refraction: the incident ray, refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So it is same like law of reflection, law of refraction. First point is the same. Next, the ratio of the sine of angle of incidence I to the sine of angle of refraction R is always constant. So sine I over sine R is equal to constant and is equal to n, where the ratio sine ray of incident over sine ray of refracted ray is known as the refractive index. इसको हम refractive index भी कहते हैं of the second medium with respect to the first medium. So here we have another formula for the refraction of light. Can we measure the speed of light in a medium? Refraction of light is caused by the difference in speed of light in different media. For example, the speed of light in air is approximately 3.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. However, when light travels through a medium such as water or glass, its speed decreases. तो उसकी speed light की कम हो जाती है. The speed of light in water is approximately 2.3 multiplied 10 to the power 8, which is less than air. While in glass, it's approximately 2.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. To describe the change in the speed of light in a medium, we use the term index of refraction or refractive index. So here, students, we have the refractive index. The refractive index n of a medium is the ratio of the speed of light in air over speed of light in medium. So refractive index is denoted by n is equal to speed of light in air over speed of light in medium, C over V, where C is the speed of light in air and V is the speed of light in the any other medium. Here we have the example. A ray of light enters from air into glass. The angle of incidence is 30 degrees. If the refractive index of glass is 1.52, find the angle of refraction. So I is equal to 30 degree, n is equal to 1.52. So here we have to find out the value of sin R, reflected ray. So by rearranging the formula, we get the value of sin R is equal to 0.33. Then we will calculate the values of sine, which is 0.33 on our calculators. We will get the answer, which is the ray of refracted ray is equal to 19.3 degrees. Next we have total internal reflection. When a ray of light traveling in denser medium enters into a rare medium, it bends away from the normal. So here we have two mediums. One is denser medium, other one is rare medium. When it enters, whenever light travel from denser medium into rare medium, it bends away from the normal. वो अपने आप को bend कर लेगी away from the normal. So here we have the glass. This is denser medium. When it enters into the air, it is rare medium. It refracted away from the bends away from the normal. If the angle of incidence I increases, अगर हमारा angle of incidence I increase करता है, the angle of refraction also increases. तो angle of refraction भी increase करेगा. Look at these angles. It is also, if this will increase, it will also increase. For a particular value of the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction becomes 90 degree. The angle of incidence that causes the refracted ray in the rare medium to bend through 90 degrees is called the critical angle. So for a particular value, किसी खास वैल्यू के लिए angle of incidence and the angle of refraction अगर वो 90 डिग्री हो जाता है, तो angle of incidence that causes, जिसकी वजह से refracted ray जो है in the rare medium bend हुई है 90 डिग्रीज में, उसको हम critical angle कहेंगे. When the angle of incidence becomes larger than the critical angle, no refraction occurs. अगर एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस ज्यादा हो जाएगा क्रिटिकल एंगल से, तो रिफ्रैक्शन अकर नहीं होगी. द एंटायर लाइट इज रिफ्लेक्टेड बैक इनटू द डेंसर मीडियम, और पूरी लाइट जितनी भी है वो तमाम रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगी डेंसर मीडियम में. दिस इज नोन एज टोटल इंटरनल रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट. नेक्स्ट इन द लास्ट वी हैव दिस एग्जांपल 12.4. फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ द क्रिटिकल एंगल फॉर वाटर. रिफ्रैक्टेड एंगल दिया हुआ है 90 डिग्रीज, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स भी दिया हुआ है 1.33 वाटर का. व्हेन लाइट एंटर्स इन एयर फ्रॉम वाटर, स्नेल्स लॉ के मुताबिक साइन आर ओवर साइन आई इज इक्वल टू एन. वी विल रीअरेंज दिस. इन द एंड वी विल गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ एन विच इज 1.33. सो वी नो दैट आई इज इक्वल टू साइन 1 over 1.33. so by putting the values, by calculating the values of sine, we will get the 48.8 degrees. So critical angle is 48.8 degrees. Therefore critical angle of water is 48.8 degrees. This is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.